there folks, John here from Biddy Kong's Quest, and I've got a little bit of a shorter video for you guys today, but I got something in the mail that I am honestly really excited about. And that's my copy of Dungeons and Doomknights by Artix Entertainment. And as you can see, I haven't even opened the box yet because, you know, I've talked to some other people that were able to get a hold of this, and they said the physical edition actually has some really cool stuff packaged with it. So I figured, you know what, let's unbox it on camera, make a video about it, kind of go over what's in this physical edition, and then we'll talk about the game itself. Now, just in case you're unfamiliar with Dungeons and Doomknights, this is a homebrew for the NES that was made with the help of the program NES Maker. And to be honest, it's one of the most impressive looking games that's been created with that software, so I'm really excited to dive into it. So without further ado, let's break into the box and see what happens. Here we go. Okay, so here is the box. Now I will say, you know, like I said, I haven't opened this yet. You still got the tape here. You can see the shipping label there. I went ahead and ripped the shipping label off just so that my address wasn't on there. But other than that, you know, I haven't really touched this thing since it came in. And now I will say I didn't get this on Kickstarter when it was actually on Kickstarter. I actually got it on BackerKit after the campaign ended. So, you know, there are probably some differences between this and maybe some one of the ones that was bought from the actual Kickstarter campaign if you watch another unboxing. So I'm actually not quite sure what I'm going to find in here, but it's pretty cool. So let's find out. These are my sewing scissors. I use these a lot for a lot of the repair stuff I do and stuff like that. They're pretty sharp, but also they're very small and very easy to control, so you don't like slice something you're not supposed to slice. And I'll talk about this here in just a second as well. So we're gonna go ahead and just slice these open. Okay, so here we go. Ooh, yeah, see, like I said, there's some extra stuff in here. So we have a boxed copy of Dungeons and Doomknights right here. Now this box is like incredibly shiny. I'm gonna get this bubble wrap out of here just so it doesn't make a ton of noise. You know, this is pretty cool. This thing is super shiny. You can see it's very reflective, reflecting like all my studio lights. But very cool package. You've got a really cool box back there. I'll do a close-up of this here in a little bit so you guys get a little bit better look. But that's kind of what the box looks like. You got even nice side art right there and stuff like that. A lot of times homebrews don't do a ton on the sides. This one did. They did a great job, so that's cool. We're gonna set that aside right there and see what else we got. We also have it looks like it's just kind of an advertisement where you can go try it out yourself, so that's cool. We have is this a certificate of authenticity? Is that what this is? Okay, so Artix Entertainment certifies that you are an 8-bit undead slayer and that your NES game is an authentic Kickstarter original. So even though I didn't get this during the actual Kickstarter campaign, I did get it from BackerKit. So I guess that means that it was kind of lumped in with all the other Kickstarter ones, which is pretty cool. And so it says some other stuff down here. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but honestly, that's really awesome that they did this. I absolutely love it when this kind of thing happens. Now the question is, will this fit in the box? Answer: no, not really. It's a little bit too wide, like by like maybe a couple of centimeters, like not very much, but you know, that's okay. It's still really cool that we have it. And again, we'll open that box in a minute. Looks like we have a thing here, a handwritten letter. Which is really cool. I'm not going to read this whole thing, but it's pretty awesome having that. It looks like it's, you know, got, you know, his signature, and that's pretty sweet. So there you go. You can read that if you want to. I'm pretty sure it's not personalized, so there you go. You can freeze the video if you want to read the whole thing. But that's pretty awesome. And then we also have a, what is this? This looks like, oh, this looks like the Nintendo Power. Oh my goodness, no, this is an actual Dungeons and Doomknights magazine thing or something like that. Let me see if I can zoom out a little bit on my camera so you guys can see the whole thing. But check that out, man. Look at that. With the power glove, with the Dungeons and Doomknights. Man, they went all out on this thing. Oh my goodness. Whoa. This is sick. It's got the bosses in it. Whoa. This is really cool. This might be the most fancy homebrew I have ever seen in my life. This is awesome. And just in case you don't know what this is actually a parody of the cover of the second issue of Nintendo Power, which I think I have over there. Let me go get it real quick and we can compare. Okay, here you go. As you can see, it was very well read. This is actually my childhood copy of this Nintendo Power magazine. But you can see this one's for Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest. Dungeons and Doomknights is all about, you know, killing the undead and that kind of thing. And so here's the comparison between the two. And honestly, dude, this is really, really cool. Let me see if I can do that so you guys can see it a little bit better. But here you go. There's the comparison between the two. And man, that's a really, really cool extra to have in your homebrew. I mean, like I said, this it wasn't that expensive. I think for this box copy, it was around $50. I'll make sure that I say the right number a little bit later. But you can see, I mean, that's a lot of work went into this, like, kind of little, like, it's really kind of like a strategy guide. It's not even really a manual. Like a little miniature strategy guide that comes with the game. I mean, that's incredible. It's just really, really awesome. And you know, a ton of work went into this game, and you can really tell. I mean, it took 2 years to make it, but holy crap, they used their time well. It's pretty awesome. You can get yourself a little map there. All right, let's go ahead and close this up. We'll put Nintendo Power to the side over here. And I'm going to go ahead and put this back in here along with this and this. And we'll just move this off to the side for now. Because, oh, and we can't forget our letter. Because we need to crack this thing open. And let's see what's inside. So, here we are. We have our boxed copy of Dungeons and Doomknights, and now this little thing has been sitting over here the whole time, and you've probably been wondering what it's for. This is actually, I don't know if it's actually what it's for, but I use this to remove EEPROMs from boards when I do repros, which I don't really do a ton of repros that way anymore. I just use new boards, but you know, that's what this is for. But the other thing this is really good for is if you've ever opened one of these boxes, you get that little like crease kind of up right here when you open it. This helps you get rid of that because you can stick it underneath the tabs here and you know, kind of pry it up without actually getting that bend in it. So let's go ahead and open it up and see if it just does it automatically. No, it's gonna stick. So what we'll do is we'll kind of just stick this in here, and you kind of gotta get in between. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let's see if my camera will focus on it or not. So I'll get as close as I can here. So there's this little tab of the front of the top right here, and when you make these boxes, you kind of get used to this kind of thing. But that basically locks the box in place right there. And then there's another little piece underneath, and what happens is this front part right here gets stuck under the flap that goes in right here, and it's what keeps it closed, and it causes that thing to bend. But so as you pull up, you kind of just dig this under here a little bit and kind of push this out some, and see, it just popped up like that. And now that side is up, and we're gonna do the same thing to the other side. If you guys can see it now, I'm right-handed, so doing this part may be a little bit awkward, but we'll see if we can make it work. So you kind of just push out on it a little bit right there, just kind of work it until it comes up. There you go, popped right up. So now we can open it up. Just take your time, pull it up real slow, and boom. Well, you just open that thing out without getting that crease in there that you get sometimes, and that you know, keeps your box nice and crispy. Now that said, you have to do this every time you open it from now on. So if you plan on keeping the game in the box, that might be a problem for you. But you know what? That's a way that you can do it. So I'm gonna set this back down. Let's get focused back up again, and we will go ahead and keep going with this unboxing. So there we go. That should be about good. All right. So now we have the box, and we got an insert in here. I can already see that. So we're gonna go ahead and kind of do this right here. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is like incredibly well packaged. Oh my goodness. So you got the little styrofoam insert down there. That's very authentic. But check out this cartridge sleeve, man. Look at that. That's insane. And then there it is. There's the there it is in all its glory. You got Dungeons and Doomknights. We're gonna stick this in the NT Mini Noir here in just a little bit and try it out because I think that's a question that some people are gonna have. Does it work? Obviously, it's gonna work in real hardware, but does it work in and FPGA emulation, that kind of thing? So there you go. So there's Dungeons and Doomknights. There it is. That's the cartridge. Now, I will say there was a Kickstarter backer reward where you could get a gold cartridge. I did not do that. By the time I found out about this game, like I said, the Kickstarter was over, and all the gold ones were out, I think, or something. For some reason, I didn't get one. But anyway, so there's the normal gray cart. Even then, this is a super slick cart. And then obviously it comes in this really killer cartridge protector that says it's Artix.com, and Artix again is the name of the developer. So this is really, really sweet. And honestly, you kind of almost want to display this thing outside of the box because it's just so cool looking. So we'll get some close-ups of this here in just a little bit. And then we have maybe the glossiest instruction manual I think I've ever seen. It's like the same kind of gloss that the box has. And you see, again, my studio lights there. And then, but it's a really nice manual. Like, this thing is totally full color. Let's see if I can do it with it. Again, it's super glossy, so I apologize for that. I'm trying to get it so you guys can see it. So you have this really well done manual. You have a little map in there. You know, looks like some concept art for enemies. Like, this is an absolutely killer manual, just like everything else. And you know, highly recommend if you can get your hands on a physical copy of this game, do it, because my goodness, this is probably the highest quality non-physical or non-official NES game I think I've ever seen in my life. Like, this is just like absolutely incredible. It's obvious that they had just a ton of respect for their product, and honestly just a ton of love for it, that they took all this time, because you know, most homebrews, which again I'm used to getting homebrews, will give you a cart and a box and, you know, a manual, but not anything nearly as nice as this, and that's it. And this, you know, came with all this extra stuff too. So it's really, really, really awesome. So we're gonna go ahead and get everything else back in here, just so I can get kind of a shot of everything that's in the box. And then we will wrap this up and talk about the game itself and talk about a little bit of the gameplay. So here we go. So I think it goes without saying that I am really happy with my purchase of Dungeons and Doomknights. And honestly, I was only in about $63 on the whole thing after shipping. And so for that price, this is easily, I mean, far and away, the most polished homebrew delivery package I have ever gotten in my life. This is also one of the funniest homebrews that I have ever experienced. The amount of classic references and jokes in this game are absolutely incredible, and it really shouldn't be missed. I laughed out loud probably 3 or 4 times just in my first hour of playing the game. The gameplay itself is split into 2 different segments. First is a top-down Zelda-like, or maybe even like Crystalis type of gameplay, and the second is a 2D platforming gameplay, which kind of reminds me of Rygar in terms of the physics and just kind of how it feels and controls. And you guys know that I can't do a video about a retro game without talking about the music, and this one's no exception. The music in this game was composed by Jongar and Broomtool, and I feel like they really nailed the tone of a classic Zelda or Castlevania style adventure in their compositions. The Pretendo and Power strategy guide that came with this game is honestly one of the absolute best parts. The artwork in it is fantastic. It includes tons of tips and tricks on how to play the game better, but also has a lot of that humor that you grow familiar with as you play through the game. There's even a section which features a Zelda-style overworld map, just like you would have seen in an issue of Nintendo Power. So that'll about do it for my impressions of Dungeons and Doomknights for the NES, and I have to say that this is absolutely one of the most polished and enjoyable homebrews that I have ever played. And that'll about do it for this video too. And I know this one was a little bit shorter than my other stuff, and we do have some more long-form stuff coming down the pike. And honestly, I'm going to start shifting the channel a little bit more that way, because even though it takes a lot longer to produce those kinds of videos, like the Yeah Yeah Beavis one that we did last week, I've found that you guys seem to be enjoying those a little bit more. So that's kind of the direction that I'm going to shift in the future, in addition to doing a few pickup videos and unboxings and that kind of thing here and there. But until that time, like, comment, subscribe, do all that YouTube stuff. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.